It's always fun when you go live and you never know if things work. There we are! Greetings, humans, greetings, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Bear here, 29-year veteran of... Let's show it here, people. Instead of talking about it, let's actually show it here. Because I hope, oh, for the Lord's sake, let's hope this works. Why doesn't it work? Oh, for crying out loud, it's just working a minute ago. Okay. 1 second here, people, as Bear gets started on a very fun show here. Yes, indeed. All right, what the hell's going on here with this thing? 1 second here, people. Why is this not working? Okay, you do the thing. Why is it now 3? It shouldn't be 3. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay. Presenter 3. There it goes. Finally. Finally, after 3 attempts, the woods. Yes, indeed. Good to have everybody here on a semi-professional show. We will get to the professional show one of these days. Yes, indeed. Boomer Bear, how dare you, Jimmy? How dare you, indeed. Good to have Jimmy here. Our Pooh Bear and Pooh gonna show up tonight. We don't talk about the premiere of China that way. Even though they released the whole Wu flu on everybody. We gotta be respectful for Chairman G out there. Or is it Z? Who cares? It doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter at all. So anyways, there we go. There is the woods. A little bit of a sunset. Hopefully we'll see I got some hummingbirds out there, so hopefully it'll come by, but you never know. You never know until you find out. So good to have everybody here. Sorry about last week. I tell you what, people, this is what happens when you try to abscond the neighbor's Wi-Fi. Sometimes it works. Sometimes they change their password and you gotta figure out. You gotta kind of guess, okay, is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? You never know. You gotta type it all in. A barely professional show. That might be Bear's title for his next show there. Yes, indeed. All right, let's get into it, people. They've done it. They've actually done it, people. I can't believe it, but listen, if you have in your bingo card for 2022 of zombie spiders taking over the world, congratulations. You win? You might win. You might win for trying. You never know. Anyways, from the New York Post out there, scientists have created zombie spiders, and people are freaked out. Yes, indeed. New York Post and Ben Cost. Yes, indeed, out there. The spidernetic technology is causing arachnophobes to lose it, people. They've lost it. Texas scientists have... I need to pull up the... Where's the chat? There is the chat out there so Bear can finally see. I only got one screen here, people. Bears are always trying to steal stuff, whether it's picnic baskets or Wi-Fi. Yes, well, hey, if it's left out there for Bear to pick up, it's what nature does out there. Speaking of what nature does, Texas scientists have developed veritable spider robots by robotically manipulating dead arachnids so that they can grasp objects with their legs, as seen in a spine-tingling video. It happens to be the case that the spider, after it's deceased, is the perfect architecture for small-scale natural developed grippers. Who knew? An engineer with Rice's George R. Brown School of Engineering, who helped execute the spine-tingling experiment outlined in the journal Advanced Sciences. We all have subscriptions to that. The Rice University press release described his lab specialized in soft robotics, which employs non-traditional components as opposed to standard plastics, metals, and electronics. Well, who needs that? Crickets and spiders and talking bear. Oh my indeed. Oh my. There's the spider picking up another spider. Yes, indeed. A necrobot spider. That's not nightmare-inducing at all. Arachnophobes steer clear in their latest Frankenstein experiment. That is a mouthful. Preston's team devised a way to pump arachnid cavities full of air, a technique they dubbed necrobotics. I learned something new today. so they can unfurl and then grab items like a macabre claw machine. The researchers were reportedly inspired by observing these creepy crawlies' bodies' positions post-mortem. Who gets inspired by that? That is just weird. That is weird, sir. We are moving stuff around the lab, and we noticed a curled up spider at the edge of the hallway. What kind of lab are you in where you have a whole bunch of spiders curled up? Explained Faye Yap, a Rice graduate student who helmed the research. We're really curious as to why spiders curl up after they die. I don't know anybody in the world who thought that. A subsequent search revealed that unlike humans, who have agnostic muscles, which contract and relax, spiders only boast flexor muscles, which allow their legs to curl in, and they extend them outwards by hydraulic pressure. The spider woman said. That's spider woman. Specifically, internal valves in the spider's hydraulic changers, or prosoma, contact to send blood to the limbs to force their legs, causing them to extend. There you go. When that pressure is relieved, the limbs contract. When they die, they lose the ability to actively pressurize their bodies. And that's why they're curled up, explained Yap, who wanted to harness this mechanism for real-world applications. There she is. There she is. There is the... I hope she didn't eat the spider afterwards. She might have. You never know. Creating these arachnid marionettes was simple enough. We can do it at home, people. They simply superglued a needle to the prosoma of a wolf spider, selected to the species' ability to lift more than 130% of its own body weight, much like bear. They then attached the needle to the other end of the handheld syringe, which then they injected a shot of air that caused the necrobot's legs to unfurl almost instantaneously. When we did it, it worked right off the bat, said the China lady. I don't even know how to describe it, that moment when you see it move. I would say, aye! That would probably be the correct way to do it. An accompanying video demonstration shows how the researchers use the Frankenspider to do everything from control circuit boards to even hoist another spider. That's neat. So they're very, very proud about bringing back zombie spiders from the dead to, just go on to normal humans after when they're not expecting it. When they're asleep. They just kind of dangle down just a little bit. Just right attached right to the face like a facehugger. Naturally, this technology might sound like the plot of a arachnological zombie movie in which the dead spiders are accidentally reanimated. I'm just going to go with that. I don't even care about the, but it's not. Let's just assume that it is. Another application could be deploying it to capture smaller insects in nature because it's inherently camouflaged. Ooh. Best of all, the necrobots were fairly durable as they went through 1,000 open and closed cycles before experiencing any wear and tear. Not to mention that they're far better for the environment, there you go, than non-organic robots because they're biodegradable. There you go. We're not introducing a big waste stream, which can be a problem with more traditional components. The Spider-Man explained, rather. He probably exclaimed that too. There you go. I would exclaim, I'd say, look at this spider. There you go. So listen, people, all you've got to do is find a dead spider, freeze it in your freezer, bring some super glue and a needle together, jab it a little bit a couple times there, and all of a sudden, you got a necrobotic gripper out there for your fun and enjoyment. Oh, by the way, there's actually let me, dig it, where are we? There he is, there is the hummingbird. Yes, indeed. There we go. Let me go back here to the good chat out there. Good to see P Money here. Zombie spiders. Yes, indeed. Looks like the Mounties finally found P Money. Good deal. The last thing that we need is Frankenspiders. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but they're on the way. They are on the way. Carrying what, pancakes? I don't know why a spider curls up when it dies. Questions I never thought to ask, said P Money. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Genetically tampering with animals, what could possibly go wrong? Well, we will see. You know what? I wonder if if you make one of the necrospiders radioactive and then it like bites a bear. I wonder if it would be like a zombie spider bear out there. That would be a lot better than what was it, the gay Spider-Man that they have out there. I think that would be a lot better. Yes, indeed. How to make a spider assassins in 3 easy steps, says Jimmy Cricket. Yes, indeed. There you go. Just a dead spider, a little bit of air, and a needle. All the fun that we can have with all that. Yes, indeed. All right. Let me move along here, people. I only got the one screen here, so let me figure out. Well, for crying out loud, let's go ahead. Get right on into the. If Beer can find it here. The lovely woods out there, but let's move on here for some campaign updates, and of course he doesn't have anything there. Hold on one second here, people, crank up loud. Because we actually got some good stuff out there. If Beer can find it, where is it? Oh, there we go, finally, okay. And then you do the thing with the thing, and then you hope it works. You never know until you actually try it out here. So let's go ahead and figure that out. There we go. And get the where is the chat here? Gosh darn it. There is the chat. Finally! We will do a professional show one of these days. Yes, indeed. Alright, from Clint Stoker out there, as sweet cast as we know, a July update. Yes, indeed. For FATL, or as some people like to call it, FATL out there. FATL out there, he's got some nice artwork there. Hello, wonderful backers. First, some art. And there we go, there's some beautiful art from FATL, or FATL, as it were. He goes on, I touched base with Charlie, as I do every week. He has been working on FATL on and off for the past couple of weeks, as he is balancing his demanding day job with FATL, and he is not taking vacation time. He even missed the 4th of July celebrations. You just look out the window and see the fireworks. In order to be at the drawing table. Thank you very much, Charlie. This update I wanted to give you for July was that the interior art is complete, but he says I cannot quite say that. Finishing and shipping the book is very important to me and Charlie, and so is doing it right. We are getting close. Am I losing? Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, we are still. Hang with Beer here. Sometimes the internet goes in and out. All right, where was Beer? I tell you what, people. Let's see. Thank you. Says Clint, thank you for your continued patience this summer as Charlie and I work through this final lap. We're getting close. I am talking to colorists and working out dialogue and lettering notes on the completed pages. I've already put on hold my next, Downcast book until FATL is finished. Thank you so much for your support and patience. And this from Clint, sweet cast out there, yes indeed. So some nice artwork. I'm actually really looking forward to FATL out there. Looks to be a good story and even better artwork out there. Yes, indeed. All right, moving quickly along. Also from Sweetcast out here. Last call for the T-shirts from the Dracula campaign. Yes, indeed. Grab a drink here. Let's see, it says last call for t-shirts. The main campaign is closing up in a couple days. Let's see, this is from the 22nd. Beer should have checked and looked for that. I'm not sure if it's closed up just yet, but if you haven't gotten a look on, what was this, Dracula out there, go check it out. The main campaign is closing in a couple days. We've crossed the 20K. Congratulations. And are climbing upward. A few important notes, he says. I'm ordering t-shirts at the end of the campaign. That means I'll be closing the t-shirt perk and ordering according to the number claimed. If you want a t-shirt, now is the time. The campaign will go in demand, so some tiers will be available for to back later. And finally, he says, I spoke with the printer for an update, and everything is on track to begin shipping in early August. Thank you for your support, Clint. Clint out there, very good. Sweet cast, as we know. Yes, indeed. So, go ahead, check out, there's actually 2 Dracula books out there. Narwhal did one, and then of course Clint of the Stoker clan out there did his other one. So there you go. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Let's see. Yay, after all this spider tampering, it's nice to talk comics on a comic channel. There you go. Yes, indeed. We'll shift gears later. Don't worry about that, people. I hear comic comes with a whole line of NFTs. I don't know about that one. I don't know. That would be a free NFT, but you got to pay like $30,000 in gas fees or something like that. That's probably how it would work out. That's probably how it would work out. At least for beer. At least for beer. All right. Moving quickly along here. For Titan, Gary Shipman out there. He has an important announcement there. There's the Gary Shipman art studio thing there. Let's see. He says, as some of you may know, my YouTube channel was hacked. Gary! I tell you. Bear blames the NFT folks out there. Luckily, we were able to start all over again, and we have a new channel. Now, by the way, that is a very good time for Bear to tell all of you that in the description down there is Bear's second channel. If you want to go check that out, it's Barely Live, where we have all of the archived shows. So if anything ever happens, if Bear happens to get hacked, you can head over to Barely Live. That is the backup channel. I could use some subscribers out there. I've only got like 5 of them. And that channel, I tell you what, it's hardly worth it sometimes. But there you go. At least it's there just in case. All right, where was Bear? If you're interested in coming over and joining us, we would love to have you at Gary Shipman Art. So go check that out on the YouTubes out there. The Titan Mouse of Might full color is being sent to printers. I like how he did that. I know it didn't meet his goals for the Indiegogo campaign, but I am glad that Gary actually went through with it and actually is going to be shipping that out. I think that is a sign of quality out there for the old cheese ship. I will be showing the artist proofs on my YouTube channel when they're ready, so be sure to subscribe to the channel to get the latest updates. I think he was doing a cover the night before last, I think it was. I don't think it was for that one though. Well, we'll get into that in just a second here. Pack and Land 25th anniversary backers are getting close to the printing day, and he says we are also happy to announce that Blood Moon Comics, there we go, will be publishing Pack and Land 25th anniversary, the 853-page volume of Pack and Land 25th anniversary. We're working on getting the art files to the printer. We also signed an agreement with Blood Moon Comics to publish a Titan Mouse of Might in black and white starting with issue 1. All of the Blood Moon comics will be distributed to comic book stores, so keep an eye out for ads in the previews. And he says he's going to be closing this campaign as soon as the printer is ready. That being said, there's still a little time for anyone to get in on the 1,253-page Pack and Land 25th anniversary campaign before it closes. So if you need a doorstop, or maybe one of your couch legs is broken or something like that, the Pack and Land fits right underneath there. It is a thick book. I am also launching my 2022 Flashes of Imagination sketchbook campaign. It says see the link below. I'm lucky to actually, I've got that right here. Hold on, where was that? There we go. There is what he's doing there. The Flashes of Imagination there. A bear was actually struck by lightning once. That's how he's actually able to speak English to you people. That's neat. It'd be kind of weird if bear spoke like Portuguese or something. Let's see. I'm lucky to have your continued support, and I hope you will stay tuned for what is in store for all of us. Your friend, I was almost about to say feed, your friend in comics, Gary Shipman. There we go. So there you are. There's some of the colored type. Actually, no, you can't see it. Duh. For one of these days, we will do a professional show. I tell you what. Oh, Jeff Potts, good to see you here. Let's see. I hope Gary gets his channel back. It's too bad he can't get members right now. That's right. I don't. Don't recall exactly what happened with his channel, but yeah, there you go. Lost all those great videos out there. That's why Bear says always try to back up your stuff, just in case. Just in case, you never know. You never know. You might start talking about, oh, I don't know, Wu flu and the vaccines, and the old YouTube hammer just comes striking down on you, or they just don't want you talking about the upcoming zombie spider apocalypse out there. One or the other. One of the other out there. All right, moving quickly along here. What else do we have? We actually have the great Aaron Lopresti out there. I tell you what, if you were kept up to date with Aaron out here. He is very on the ball with all of his updates for everything, and doing really well with it here. I'm very drunk. He says, "Hey everyone, hey! Oh, the Wraith of God graphic novel is officially closed, so that we can now focus on fulfillment in the next Wraith of God campaign, The Blood Hunters. During our first week at fulfillment, we have shipped over 600 packages and well over 1,500 books. Holy cow! Next week is my goal to get out over 700 packages. So if you haven't received your book or books yet, they are coming soon. Well, they better be. I would hate if little Timmy McTimerson was able to get his books and not Bear. I tell you what, that's why Bear's got to stay around the mailbox all the time. Let's see. Oh, where was Bear? Remember, if any of your books are damaged or the order is wrong, please let us know and we will correct it immediately. We owe the success of this campaign to you, the backer, or little Timmy Timerson, and we want you to feel treated right. Also, a quick note, all of the packages are supposed to include a thank you letter. Actually, I've got that. Let me find it here. Where do I have that? Come on, Bear. Oh, actually, I didn't have it. Well, that goes for Bear lying to everybody there. I thought I had it here. Well, whatever, we can show it. However, I admit that about 1 in every 20 seems to continually forget to put in the letter. So if you receive your package's books and there's no letter in there below, is what it looks like. There you go. Consider this your e-letter. There you go. So there you go. I kind of actually like when they put in some a nice little thank you note or something like. Not all the campaigns do that, but every once in a while you get that in there, and it's like, oh, that's nice. I do appreciate that. So there you go. There you go. Very cool. Hopefully Bear will get his letter, and he will be able to show you. Hopefully pretty soon here. Hopefully. We'll see. Never know. Let's see. Oh, Jiminy Cricket has already got his book, and he's posting a review. A review of Wraith of God this evening. Holy cow. Well, don't rush over there right now. Make sure you wait till after Bear's done with his live show. And then go check out Jiminy's review of Wraith. I haven't even done a box opening, Jiminy. I tell you what. Maybe little Timmy did get the package. I tell you, you can't be out there all the time. Keep your out there all the time. All right, moving quickly along. Where are we? I tell you what, Bear is so flustered right now. So flustered. Let's get right to it here, people. Get right to it, because we can't wait. We can't wait any longer. Oh, there's the letter. I knew I had it there somewhere. Anyways. All right. Get off of that. And go to our good friend, Mike Miller out there. In the continuing drama out there with this colorist. No, Jeff, no, don't head over there right now, for crying out loud. Jiminy says, don't worry, I haven't posted it just yet. The video is still processing. I don't know what the deal is with YouTube lately. Sometimes Bear's videos go up really quickly. Other times, Bear uploaded a video that lasted a minute the last time. It lasted an entire minute. It probably took like 6 hours to upload or render. I mean, it was crazy. It went uploaded fine. The render on YouTube site, it took forever. It was a minute long. For crying out loud, I tell you what. Excuse me. Anyways, moving back here. The colorist hell and a glimpse of heaven. Yes, indeed. So I fired my last colorist. He was all better from the accident. Oh, for crying out loud. And he still didn't produce any pages. Okay, now, if Bear did a I told you show out there, that would be the entire show. It would all be just oh yeah, Bear said this 6 months ago and it came out to be. So Bear doesn't want to do one of those. But I tell you what, when this first came out, Bear walking on eggshells out here, walking on eggshells. The picture that he showed with the bandage wrap and all that, I'm like, okay, this has got to be a fraud. This has got to be like, it seemed like one of these like Nigerian prince type deals, email type deals, like, oh, just send us a bunch of money, oh, and you'll be $1 million. It seemed like that. Beer bit his tongue, but kind of mentioned something like that out there. Sure enough, oh yeah, sure enough, yes. I tell you what, people, it is. He should have just listen to Bear. Go with Kelsey Shannon, or if you really want to kind of stir the pot out there, one of the things Bear said, go out there and get Kyle Ritter out there to color it. Have Lone Star come out before Cyberfrog. I think that would have been great. Stirring the pot. Oh, the drama out there. That would have been fun. But instead, anyways. But I did find a great guy who is currently doing some sample pages. And he's very on top of communication. So it's definitely not Kelsey. So hopefully we'll get the sucker back on the road to print. Fingers crossed. Well, there we go. Fingers crossed. Well, once again, Cyberfrog comes in first. Lone Star comes in first. It is the race to the deadline out there. Or, I tell you what, people, if Cash Grab comes in before Lone Star out here, I don't know. I don't know. Jiminy thought the same thing. Let's see. Let me read some of this. Let's see. Yeah, exactly, Jim. I still say he should just release it in black and white and just call it a coloring book. Just call it a coloring book. Print off an extra copy or something like that. Have one as a black and white version. The next one is the coloring version, and make it a contest of like who can color Lone Star the best. And maybe you might be in the next. Well, there's not going to be a next Lone Star book, but maybe you could be featured in something or another. I don't know. Let's see. I should have just handed the kids $5 bill and some crayons. I still say Mike's colorist issue is like the drummer from Spinal Tap. Good one, Jeff. Good one. Cyberfrog 2 and Lone Star 3. Who will get out faster? Place your bets. I tell you, P-Money, it is a head-to-head. Jimmy seems to think that Lone Star will beat out Cyberfrog. Definitely get back because before Cash Grab will never come out. I haven't kept up with Cash Grab. Is that seriously still not? No, it's not out. It's not. It is in the name, of course. Of course it's in the name out there. Yes, indeed. All right. I don't mean to. It's just one of these things where it's like, man, this could have went a very easy path or a very complicated path, and it went down that very complicated path, and hopefully we'll see this book. Bear mentions the other, what was the other one? The sort of swords and sandals book that he was doing. I can't remember. It was supposedly finished and done, and they sent it to the printer, and like the printer died or something like that. And he had the password for the print, so they don't have the artwork for the book, or I don't know. That book is cursed. So hopefully we'll see Lone Star here. Looking forward to Lone Star. I do hope he completes it, and it is a good send off for Mike. If this is his last book, I hope he treats it as his last book, and it's a good send off for him. If that is the case, if that's the case out there. All right, let me find the next one here. Where am I? 1 second here, people. 1 second. There we are. Because, finally, one last one we have here. From another bear out there. That'd be the Art T-Bear. Yes, indeed. He says the high octane preview and other stuff too. All right. Hey, everyone. Hey, Art. I just wanted to take a moment to let you know, see some of the progress, rather, being made on Black and White campaign. Artwork, rather, on High Octane Adventure is, I can, dang it, there's an extra space in there. I can proudly say is finished. Woo, and also who. Yes, indeed. Pedro Eng did an amazing job. I still find it hard to actually, where is it here? Where is it? There we go, there's some of the artwork there. Shadowversity, yes, thank you. I couldn't remember the name of it there. Waiting on Lonestar 3, Monster Hunt 2, and Nexus triplets from Mike. Yeah, I think, I'm pretty sure Monster Hunt is already done. I'm pretty sure. Bear tried to get some original art. Mike closed the campaign there, like a day or two beforehand. I wanted to get some artwork there from, whatever. Nexus, I also believe is done, but again, I don't know. They should just ship them out instead of all together or whatnot. Yeah, I got about 4 things coming from Mike. Bear is still waiting on his. I shouldn't make a big deal about this, but Bear got the sketch cards from the Lonestar 2 campaign. He's still waiting on. Crying out loud. So, still waiting on stuff from Lonestar 2 there. There we go. Anyways, long story on that. Let's go on to Black and White here. A book that hopefully will come out. I still find it hard to believe that this is his first comic book work. That would be Pedro Eng. He is quite a find, and I'm so glad he was a pest and bugged me with his wonderful black and white drawings. Bear needs to bug RT Bear out there. Until I finally thought of a great way to utilize his talents. Teaming up with writer Von Klaus with Serendipity Run Amok. The next step for High Octane is to get it to the letter. I probably Eric letters too much out there. Yes, indeed. There's some nice, beautiful art. I think he did a really good job. Very, I could see this as an animation. I know Art in the past has said that there's interest in doing a animated series. I think some of it has, some of it might have went by the wayside once they figured out, the whole Comicsgate hat group sort of deal there. But that would make a very good animation there. I think that would be pretty good. I think Pedro Eng would do some good work there. He says now for the other stuff. Let's bring that up here. Wait, no, that's not it. Where am I? Crying out loud, Bear. Where are you? There we are. We've been getting colored pages. Pardon me. In from Stephanie Renee from Black and White Man vs. Machine. And I think you will agree that this preview page is over the top and will leave you wanting more. Just take a look at the colors. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Looks, the colors. And the line work, too. Yes, indeed. And he says, to round everything else, he's got there we go, a work in progress page for your consideration. He says, I felt like a Rod Sterling there. Oh, goodness. And somebody's got a gun pointed right at their back. Watch out. That must be, what's his name? I always called him Jackie Chan. Is it Jake Chan? I think it's Jake Chan out there. Or JC out there. There you go. There is so much more I'd like to show off, but I should probably stop here and get back to the drawing board. Yes, indeed. As always, you have my heartfelt gratitude. I know that this book would not exist without each of you and your beliefs in good comics books. The whole Black and White team, and of course, yours truly, a Bear. I meant the other Bear, me. That would be RT Bear. Yes, indeed. And there you go. So there's some nice artwork. I know in the past he's put up some sketches and stuff like that on his campaign page. So I don't know if this is going to be a finalized page or not there, but I'd like to see maybe some more of the sketches that he had up there. That was a good way of getting some RT Bear artwork out there without spending quite a whole lot of money out there. Yes, indeed. All right. Jeff Potts is going to watch Jimmy's review. Oh, well, thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that. I hope it's a good review. Jeff Potts making excuses to dip out on Bear because my video's not up yet. Well, that's all right. That's right. I'll pretend not to read that. He's got to go wash his hair. Whatever. Oh, P Money's got to go wash his hair. Shave his back, yada yada. Okay, fine. Fine. All right, well, whatever. Whatever, people, that's fine. Bear will still be here. Bear will still be here. All right, was that it? That was it. That was it, people. That wasn't it, but, that was all the campaign updates that Bear had here. All right, let me bring, nope, not that. One of these days, a professional. There is the woods out there. Let me get a better shot of that. There we go. There's the woods. I don't see any hummingbirds out there, but that's all right. The sun is setting. A beautiful sunset out there. Yes, indeed. All right, let me find. Where are we at, Beer? Where are we at? Oh, yeah, the zombie side. There we go. All right, let's move on to. Oh, shoot, I should have taken some of these pictures. Oh, well. We'll work out. It'll work out, people. All one of us here. It'll work out. All right, let's move to. Let me find it here. To the news. To the news. There's the news. There we go. Oops, not that. Here we go. Where is the browser? There we go. One of these days. All right. Anyways, from bounding into comics, the big comics con out there in San Diego there just wrapped up all the hoopla that was going on. Well, we actually have some definitive stuff there from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU, and our folks there at Bounding Into Comics have their thoughts on it here. Let's see, Jacob Smith out there. Let's see, he says, the Marvel Cinematic Universe's Phase 4 was an utter disaster. And there's a reason Kevin Feige killed it at San Diego Comic-Con. Did he really kill it? Holy cow. The Phase 4 of the MCU is in the book, and there's only one thing left to say. Thank you, Krusty. Thank you, indeed. By the way, ever since... I wonder if that got taken out in the Disney buyout, because they removed all of the cigarettes from The Simpsons. It's like, so I wonder if they're going to remove Krusty smoking it. He'll have like a carrot in his hand or something like that. On Saturday afternoon, Kevin Feige returned to San Diego Comic-Con to announce that Phase 4 of the longest-running cinematic soap opera and theme park ride in the history of the universe is over. He then proceeded to hype up Phase 5 and Phase 6, holy cow, of the Marvel Cinematic Universe before we even get started talking about movies and Disney Plus shows that you won't see for another 3 years. Let's focus on the era that just concluded. Oh, and they've got all of the... Let me find them here. Let me find them here, for crying out loud. It is here somewhere. There it is. Why is it over there? For crying out loud. One of these days. I tell you what. Oh, let's see. Good to see. My wife says, hi, Bear and Cricket. Well, good to have Mrs. P. Money here. Bear didn't need no information. Bear is his own bear. This is true. This is true indeed. The look of Phase 5 of Marvel is meh. Well, let's go through it. Let's go through it together, P. Money. Let's figure out what's going on here. First off, we have, let's see. I'm assuming this is the kickoff of Phase... what was it? Phase 5? Phase 5 here. Ant-Man and Quantumania? Whatever the hell. Ant-Man, are they gonna kill Ant-Man? Is Ant-Man a dead man? Or dead ant, I should say. Bear's prediction. They're gonna kill Ant-Man. Ant-Man, he's gone. He's gone for. He's done for. A secret invasion? It's not really a secret if you're telling us about it. Again, some of these I think are movies and some of these I think are TV shows. So I'm not sure if the Secret Invasion is a TV show or not. A Disney Plus show or not. And the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume Trace. Okay, controversial opinion here. James Gunn shouldn't be directing kids' movies. If he wants to do the horror movies and all that sorts of stuff, that's fine. But he's got some very serious issues in the past that both Disney and Warner Brothers have did their very best to kind of hide and cover up there. But yeah, I wouldn't put James Gunn around anything that had to do with kids. That's just Bear's opinion. Flame him in the comments section there, but that's just Bear's opinion there. Echo? Okay. Is that the dolphin? Is that the video game dolphin Echo? I don't know. Whatever the hell. Loki season. I don't know. Is there that many people that wanted season 2 of Loki? What's his name? Tom Middleton? Is that the guy's name? Hiddle, whatever the guy's name is there. He's a good actor there, but I'm not really looking forward to that. Didn't see the first one, don't care. The Marvels. I don't know if that has to do with Captain Marvel or not. Maybe they just decided this whole Brie Larson just wasn't worth it, so they're gonna put it up with the what is she, like an Afghanistani girl or something like that in the Disney Plus show or something like that. Maybe she will kill Brie Larson's Captain Marvel and take over the mantle there. That would be kind of interesting. A beer will bite his tongue on that one. Ironheart must be a villain. Out there. Oh wait, is that the little girl Iron Man? Is that the one? Oh, good lord. It'd make a good villain, Ironheart. I am Ironheart. Instead, it's going to be like a 12-year-old girl. They're all 12-year-old girls. Oh, Blade. I was trying to figure out what the heck. Blade. Okay, they cut off like half of the lettering there. It'd be cool if they had, what's his name? Marshala Ali? If he was kind of in that A, maybe like facing back or kind of tilting his head or something like that as part of the A in Blade, that would be cool. The design there looks terrible. Agatha? What the hell is that? Agatha Coven of Chaos. I don't know. Is that the like Agatha Christie murder mystery stuff? I have no idea what Agatha is. Daredevil again. There you go, Daredevil again. Or excuse me, Born Again. He's a Christian now. Apparently, Daredevil is a Christian. Captain Marvel, New World Order? Didn't they kill off Captain Marvel? Or didn't he, retire or something? He retired, that's right, he retired. And Thunder Rat out there. Yes, indeed. I like that album, by the way. Pretty good album. Oh, excuse me. I was like, why are they bringing out Motor Rat out here? Thunderbolts out there. So apparently they are big Tampa Bay Lightning fans. Hopefully, maybe they'll turn around that horrible Stanley Cup thing. We will not talk about that. All right, moving along. Let me go back here. And oh crap, am I? For crying out loud! Hold on, people. 1 second. Let's see here. Gosh darn it. Okay, it does work. Okay. I thought I didn't have any signal there. Sorry about that, people. All right. Yes, indeed. Dead and Walking. Yes, indeed. Marvel died with Phase 3. Yes, indeed. Well, there we go. Thank you, P-Mike. Thank you. It paused on me here for a second. All right. Why is it? Gosh darn it. 1 second here, people. There it goes. Okay, it's working. Where was Bear? Bear was here somewhere. Through all of it, Bear did not lose his place. There we go. There we are, finally. Phase 4 of the MCU was pound for pound the worst phase of this over-bloated universe, according to Bounding in the Comics here. That's not just opinion, according to box office receipts. No, I think that is opinion. I don't think too many people are excited about the future of the MCU after seeing what they have done post-Avengers Endgame. When you name your movie Endgame, and then you have movies after that, it's kind of silly out there. Phase 4 failures. Hold on, let's try that again. Phase 4's failures, try saying that 3 times fast, are blamed on the Wu flu outbreak and shutting down movie theaters across the country. Well, it's not like that they had, I don't know, a streaming service or anything like that. This is a convenient excuse to look past the terrible creative decisions that have been made over the last few years in Marvel Comics and studios. A deeper dive into this area exposes why not only did Phase 4 never stand a chance of being a success, but why it's a failure that has already doomed the project set in the future. Let me switch gears here real quick, just very quickly here, because I think it was in this one. Yeah, okay. This is just Deadline, but they're giving the list of orders of all this stuff here. So they say, let me give credit here. The great Tom Tap out there, tapping it out. Let's see. Phase 4, that would be Black Panther coming up this year. Let's see. There it goes. There's all this stuff there. But anyways, let's see. February of 23 is Ant-Man. Let's see. May of 23, Guardians of the Galaxy. July of 23, The Marvels. November of 23, Blade. Okay. Now look at it. They just repeat that again. So again, February, May, July, November, February, May, July, November. I mean, it just keeps going and going and going. I mean, it's literally, they're doing 4 a year, but it's literally almost to the day, almost there, a year apart there. So, let's see. So, for example, what was this? Black Panther coming out on November 11th of this year. So next year we have on the 3rd of November, well, at least it's keeping in with the theme there, of Blade there. So going back real quickly, probably the best thing that they could have done after Endgame was to figure out which, let me get back here, which actors were going to come back, which ones weren't, which ones that they could afford, which ones they couldn't, and just let it be for a little bit, especially with COVID out there. Just let it, pardon me, the Wu flu out there. Let it be, just let that sit. You can have your Loki TV show or your, what was the other one? WandaVision, you can have that or whatever, but just have them as TV shows and just stretch that out. I think one of the reasons that movies, not that it was, I haven't even seen it, don't want to see it, but for example, like the James Bond movie that came out, or the Top Gun movie that came out, or even, God, I hate to say it, but here we go, the Batman movie that came out, all of those were delayed. They actually were delayed. They were supposed to come out earlier, and they kept delaying and delaying. Well, one of the benefits to all that is they were able to go in through the post-production, make it look just absolutely poppin'. They didn't miss anything because they were rushing through, trying to get to a deadline that they had to, we got to put it out on, whatever it was. November the 3rd, we got the November the 3rd, it can't be the 4th or the 5th, we gotta have it that day or else. Well, allow some of that time, and I think he actually had better movies that were made just because more people actually had time to work on a lot of that stuff. One of the major complaints that everybody has, I think about just about every Marvel movie, is the very end of the movie is usually very hastily or sloppily written, kind of a finale at the very end, just, to write one up real quick, and also the bad CGI. Two things that could be fixed with just, hey, let's spend a little bit more time. Let's take a little bit more time to figure this out. Not Cyberfrog 2, Lonestar 3 type deadlines there, or timelines there, but take a little bit of time, figure out how it's going to work. Make sure that CGI looks good in the very final battle there. Make sure it looks good. You're spending millions and millions of dollars on the movie, but you can't throw a couple shekels there to the, to the Korean people out there that are making all the CGI stuff. Go do that. So I think if they would have just laid off on Phase 4, skipped it altogether, really, because there's really nothing other than Shang-Chi out there, one of the great movies. Skip everything there and just went straight to Phase 5. I don't think anybody would have. I mean, is there really anything there that you would have missed? I don't know. I can't really say that I'm up on all the Marvel movies there, but Yeah, they just seem to be like, okay, here's a movie to be able to watch the next movie. It's like, I don't want a 2 hour long trailer for the next movie. I want to watch a movie. That's it. I want to have 2 hours to watch whatever the heck. Iron Heart or whatever the heck it's going to be. I just want to see a good, if it's even any good, I don't know, a good Iron Heart movie or a good, what was the other one? The Marvels movie or something like that. Just make a good movie. Forget about trying to put it in line. They didn't have that with the original Iron Man. They just kind of came up with that at the very end. He's like, oh, well, they're all connected together. Yeah, Sam Adams, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that looks good. Samuel Jackson, Sam Adams, they may have been drinking Sam Adams there. All right, where was beer? I don't know. Whatever. He goes on to make mentions and so. Let me go to the chat first. I tell you what. Let's see. I think it's better. Well, that's good. Beer needs to switch to live chat because YouTube is editing out comments. Really? Wait, what? It is. Hold on. I thought it was on live chat. Let's see. Oh, I've got it. Okay, I see what you're saying. Top chat. Live chat. Did it skip that? It did! Oh my goodness! Jiminy says, Echo, the deaf, mute, peg-leg Indian female gang member from Hawkeye. There we go. That shouldn't be struck from Beer's channel. That is a good pun there. Beer approves of that pun. All right, moving on, people, for crying out loud. I tell you what. I apologize, people. I've only got the one screen here, so I've got to go in between stuff here. Where are we? Black Widow. Did we really need Black Widow out there? Let's see. Oh, wasn't that the girl that had the see-through dress that everybody was laughing at? What was her name? Florence. I don't know how you pronounce her name. She came, an attractive actress, nothing wrong with her. Blah, 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 blah. She came out and was in one of these movies at Cannes or something like that, and I decided to wear a very nice dress out there for the movie premiere or something like that, and put it up on Instagram. Well, it happened to be kind of a little bit of a see-through dress there, and everybody got a little bit of view of the goods there, and they were kind of making comments about all that. The girl freaked out. It's like, why would you wear a see-through dress, put it on Instagram if you didn't think some of the comments were coming in? So there you go. Anyways, one of the things that Scarlett Johansson is not lacking in, definitely, is in the bosom area, for sure. Let's see, we kicked off, I don't know where we were going with that. We kicked off Phase 4 with a movie that's lasted, that's at least 8 years too late, and ended with a lawsuit because Kevin Feige is a complete genius. Phase 4 began with a solo film for a character who was killed off 2 movies ago. And that would be Black Widow. Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow was the first sign that Disney and Marvel had no creative direction post-Endgame. In what was a one-off film, I bet that they were probably thinking about putting that on the Disney Plus. I bet you that they had an idea to put Black Widow as a draw on Disney Plus. That's where the whole lawsuit came from. Let's see. Scarlett Johansson gets upstaged in her own movie by co-star Florence in what turned out to be a complete headache for Disney. Still stacked, though. Still stacked. Not only did they get returned for their $200 million, for crying out loud, investment in this film, but their decision to pull the movie from... Oh, they did. That's right. They did pull it. Pull the movies from theater and put it on Disney Plus. Cost even more money as their star, Scarlett Johansson, sued the company for breach of contract. It was later settled out of court. A film that profiteered nothing and cost everything was the worst possible start for Phase 4, and it didn't get any better. I tell you what, sir, how dare you, Shang-Chi. And he didn't have... Listen, people. I mean, the guy, let's see, The Hobbit only had one ring. What was his name? Thanos. I mean, he only had so many so many stones out there. Look, Shang-Chi had 10. Not just one, not two, not three, 10. He had 10 rings, people. That was able to fit on all the fingers out there. All the fingers. Or maybe on some toes out there. Right? He had 10 rings. 10 rings. Not just one. And it was legendary. They were legendary rings. Legendary. Yes, indeed. All right, so there it is. I remember playing that. Mission in San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto out there. You know, I remember that. You go and you wait for the guy to come up and then you steal his car. Yes, indeed. Not saying that either of those guys would steal cars there. Or, excuse me, lady and guy there. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings wasn't a complete. It was the greatest film of all time. But it also wasn't a complete success. Well, signing the guy for one of the new adventure movies. The film signaled that Phase 4 was going down the road of representation as a form of marketing. The first Asian superhero in the MCU was a big part of the draw. The film was thought to be a home run in the Chinese market, but the star of the movie, Simeon Liu, made some comments that upset the Chinese Communist Party, which crippled the film's chances in the market. Story-wise, there's no stakes in this film that affected the overall narrative of the MCU, and audiences began to realize that they don't have to watch all the MCU movies, thank goodness, because there was no story connecting the movies out there. Yes, indeed. Holy cow, that's a lot of people. Let's go through them all. Let's see, you have a Kuman Nanji. That's right, he was from, what was it, not Office Space. What was the other one? Silicon Valley. So, one of the worst people on that show. Let's see. Lauren Ridloff? Don Lee, of course. They got Angelina Jolie in this movie, for crying out loud. Wow. Richard Madsen. Salma Hayek. There you go. How old is Salma Hayek? Whatever. Gemma Chan. Leah McHugh. By the way, isn't he supposed to be like an immortal? He's like an immortal kid. So if they ever come out with like a second movie, he's gonna be like growing through puberty. Oh no, I'm still immortal. Yeah, that's me. I don't know if that's gonna work. I don't care. Whatever. We got a couple other people, including the guy that's gonna be playing the Joker. I don't know how that's going to work out. Yeah, whatever. Let's see. The next phase Phase 4 movie is the worst movie in the history of MCU. Several years ago, Marvel struck a lightning in the bottle with Guardians of the Galaxy. Marvel tried again with the release of The Eternals. This time they added a little bit of diversity and inclusion, you gotta have both, in order to bring audiences in. The film flopped. Despite bringing in $400 million, it didn't even come close to hitting its break-even mark, making it a rare flop for the franchise. I tell you what, if you're making $400 million and you're only breaking even, something's probably not right with you. Let's see. Spider-Man No Way Home. What's better than Spider-Man? 3 Spider-Mans in one movie. Whether it was nostalgia bait or member berries, no one can deny the success that was Spider-Man No Way Home, as it grossed almost $2 billion. That's with a B, people, at the global box office. The film was by far the most successful film of the Phase 4 era. Unfortunately, the film is under the Sony umbrella, and not Marvel Studios. Marvel only got 25% of the profits versus 75% that went to Sony, meaning that their most successful venture post-Endgame was a co-production with another studio. And of course, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. The less that we talk about, the better there. And finally, Thor: Love and Thunder. I mean, look, with two faces like that, why didn't they bring people in? I mean, that's a face of saying, boy oh boy, do I want more people to come to my movies. Anyone who tells you that Marvel Studios was not expecting anything less than $1 billion from one of the founding fathers of the MCU Avengers team in a movie that they put $250 million of production into, I tell you what, is in denial. Bear's not in denial, he's just stuck with the tongue here. Thor: Love and Thunder was a terrible movie. And despite the fact that it made over $600 million at the box office, as of this writing, the film is still on pace to lose money given the massive production and marketing costs attached to it. Much like Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Love and Thunder had a massive drop off at the box office due to bad word of mouth. What? Story-wise, the film doesn't connect with any of the previous films before it, with no guarantee that Chris Hemsworth is going to come back for Thor 5 in the future. There's also no setup here to get you excited for what's next. What's next is Black Panther Wakanda Forever. It's got, oh, look at there, Angela Bassett's in there. Let's see, Florence Kasumba, Danny Guriri. I think she is, was on the Walking Dead show. And Dorothy Steele. Oh, she's over there in the corner. I'm like, what the heck? Okay, there we go. There's the elderly lady over there in the corner. The first Black Panther movie was a smash hit, with audiences striking a lightning in a bottle with the promotion of the first black superhero movie. No, it's Blade, for crying out loud. However, Chadwick Boseman passed away after a secret battle with cancer. Instead of recasting the role or forgoing the sequel altogether, Marvel Studios decided to make a Black Panther film without Black Panther. A film that's only going to focus on the female Wakanda soldiers as they take on a race led by a reimagined Namor? Question mark? Oh, will Marvel find the same success? No, not with this racist. I tell you what. Not Kevin Feige, the other guy. What's his name? Takiti Watiti, whatever the hell his name is. Yeah, I tell you. Anyways, that is the word there from Bounding into Comics. Very cool. Very good indeed. And I gotta find out who wrote this here. Jacob Smith. Jacob Smith out there. Yes, indeed. All right, let me find. Oh, P-Money does have to head out. And maybe get takeout. Who knows? Take care, P-Money. Take care. Shang-Chi was trash. Eternals was steaming flaming trash, says Jimmy Cricket. Jimmy, Bear's just kidding with you. I remember Gary Shipman did a quick review of Shang-Chi, and he says, the first part of it was great, and then he kind of went on to say how terrible it was. Well, one of the things that Bear was doing was kind of needling him, was saying, Gary Shipman says that Shang-Chi was great. So that's where the Shang-Chi is one of the best movies out there comes from. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Spite from Eternals is a girl in the movie Bear, not a little boy. What? Wait, hold on. Hang on just a second. It's a girl? Leah. Oh, well, okay. Bear is corrected here. Bear is corrected. All right. Well, let me. I gotta show you what I'm looking at here. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can see it there. Yeah, I guess. Sure. Why not? I'll take. Listen, if you went out and watched it there, that's all good for you. Bear didn't see it, so he doesn't really care. Doesn't really care. Is that it? I guess. I don't know. Sure, why not? Anyway, the point still stands. It's still going to be a couple years, maybe, if they do another Eternals movie out there. So, yeah, adolescence is a you-know-what. All right, I tell you what, I only got 2 stories in. Look at this. I got all these pages open here, and not enough time to do them. Let's just jump through it here. Let's see, that was all the phases. This was a good one. They were talking about Disney needing R ratings for some of their movies out there, including Lion King and whatnot. Very funny stuff. Out there. Go check that out. That was Disney dining. Disney. Oh, we all have that on our bookmarks out there. This one, it didn't really have too much to deal with much of anything. I just thought the stupid thing here with Patton Oswalt. They had Patton Oswalt is a comic out there who's kind of lost his mind out there, and has kind of went over to the dark side out there. So he's kind of bonkers out there. Anyways, he came out with a comic book movie that had to do with what was it? Urban planning. They were talking about urban planning in their comic book movie. The other guy had a pretty good way of talking about it, and this other guy was like, no, blah, 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 blah. Finally, just very quickly, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up here. We had a very, very interesting story here. The Leave It to Beaver star, Tony Dow, died, and then he was not dead. And then, of course, at the latest, Tony Dow is dead again, we think. We're pretty sure about that, so there you go. That is the last minute. Bear was going to do a whole he rose from the dead, but he returned back to the dead there. Mr. Dow, we do. Oh, it's only slightly funny. Only slightly funny. And also Frank Fritz is not dead. Frank Fritz isn't dead out there. No, he's not. He's still alive. Still alive. Apparently. Oh, we'll see tomorrow. We'll see if he's out there tomorrow. And just finally, just something the Bear was talking about last year, and no big deal. No biggie. Not a big thing at all out there. Not at all. All right. Anyways, let's. It's getting really dark out there. So let me find it here. Get off of that. Yeah, it's getting really dark out there. The sun has set. The sun is set, and it's getting dark out there. Yes, indeed, Jimmy. Go click on the link there. It is an urban. All right, let's go to it since Jimmy has to figure out what's going on here. Let me find it here. I'm just gonna read you the poll quote on there. Let me find it 1 second here. Find the poll quote here. Find the poll quote. So they're trying to talk about the comic book. It was a one shot, and I think they're trying to make it into a comic book. Oswald, it was completely 180 degrees. The guy's trying to talk about, we're going to make a comic book about the Warriors. They're trying to go across the city, blah, 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 blah. They got 48 hours. Very interesting. Interesting setup. This is Mr. Oswald. So I want that feeling of Twilight City, where if we set up a story back in the 1960s, not only will it look completely different, but we clearly will have thought about why things aren't there that were there before, and how things are going to be there. The kaiju that fell and crashed, there was a whole story as to why it happened. There was a whole story, or there was whole other things that were going to happen. That the kaiju stopped falling, much like the way that Moses ripped up, Robert Moses that was, ripped up New York City back in the 1950s, all the different urban planning, and the fact that the very last minute that they saved Greenwich Village, but in a different continuity, Greenwich Village never existed. There's a massive 6-lane highway that cuts through there because they didn't listen to urban planners. Sounds like a great comic, right? Sounds perfect. Now, again, I'll go ahead and read this guy because it's a complete 180. The other writer that they have on there, I believe he is a filmmaker, if I'm not mistaken. We definitely have an idea how to do the next arc. I think that's absolutely figured out. Our big thing was that we were subverting sub-heroes. Nobody's ever done that before. But we're also subverting the crime genre. Our very first act was very much like the Warriors. We have to survive the night, make it through the city. There's a little bit of a caper kind of element to it, taking down their bad guy, Stickman here. But it's all kind of set over 48 hours. We really wanted to kind of have that high energy. Can these characters make it from this part of the city to the other parts of the city and survive? Well, that's a very good, that would be a very good description of a comic book out there. I think that's maybe a little bit more of a film outlook than maybe a comic book outlook, but very good. Compared to the gobbledygook about Robert Moses and urban planning and Greenwich Village and 6-lane highways in a comic book. I don't know. Anyways, there you go. There is that. So if you want to read that, there is that at comicbook.com with Abram Barnhart out there. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Watch out for the Slender Man in the Woods Bear. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, thank you. Thank you for reminding me, Jimmy. All right. Well, I tell you what, people. All of this talk about different phases, including phases of the moon. I tell you what. It's made Bear hungry. So he's going to head back into the woods. So until next time, people. Grrr, and clowns, too. Grrr.